Hey, welcome back to another episode of Outside In.
Your go-to source for honest conversations about relationships and marriage.
So if you are ready, let's go.
Hello,
Right.
selamat datang kepada lagi satu episod Outside In.
Selamat kembali. Lagi recording ni keluar bila?
Kali ini keluar
Masih Ramadan ke tidak ni?
Masih Ramadan.
Masih Ramadan,
MasyaAllah,
Okay,
masih
so
Ramadan.
hopefully you guys have a good have had a good Ramadan this past few weeks lah, insyaAllah.
The last few days of Ramadan lah.
Kamulai. Lailatul Qadar.
Yes. Kita menunggu kedatangannya ya.
So of course we have another episode, and once again we have another guest today. Guests.
Yes.
Yes, a lovely pair of husband and wife today.
Yeah.
Of course, they'll be sharing with us their stories and a little bit more deep juga lah, insyaAllah ini.
Yeah, I think their story is kita tak pernah bawa masuk podcast. I think this topic lah, this topic or discussion. So I think it will be quite insightful, quite beneficial. Inshallah, we can learn little things about them.
But before that, this podcast is brought to you by Sri Kandi Associates.
Looking for your first matrimonial house? Planning to upgrade? Look no further.
For your property matters, contact Sri Kandi Associates at 8788-3559 8788-3559. Sri Kandi, jangan tak jadi. Right, and with that, we'd like to give a huge warm welcome to our guests for today.
Yay.
Nurul and Rizal. Mana bunyi? Itu dia. Selamat datang ke Outside In korang.
Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Apa khabar semua?
Baik, Alhamdulillah.
Dah buka?
Dah.
Dah terlebih buka dah.
Nak tidur.
Because bulan Ramadan ni kan kita punya recording selalu push back a bit lah.
Yeah.
Pasal nak kena kita tu buka timing.
Betul.
Right? So we are very grateful to have the two of you here today.
Alhamdulillah.
And of course being open to share whatever that will be shared later on lah, insyaAllah.
So we give a little bit of background lah. So Nurul dengan Rizal ni dulu pernah berkahwin.
Yes.
Tapi dengan orang lain. And then that marriage ended, and somehow they find each other, and now they are married themselves.
Yes, Alhamdulillah. So why not we give the floor to the two of you? Maybe we can give a bit more of your information. Passport, IC number semua.
IC number, tinggal mana.
Jangan.
Maybe you can introduce yourself a bit lah for our listeners. Silakan.
Okay. My name Rizal. Currently nak introduce apa? Kerja mana?
Mana your nama, umur, dah berapa lama kahwin.
Macam dating app gitu
Nanti kita swipe right aja.
Okay, so I'm Rizal, 35 this year. 35 betul 35.
Should be.
35. We've been married, I think close to 2 years now.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Yourself?
Okay, Nurul pula.
Okay, I'm Nurul, or called me Huda.
Huda.
Yes, I'm 32.
Dua-dua lupa
It's just a number.
Pasal apa tak, umur tak penting. Yang penting dalam isi hati. Betul.
Hashtag deep.
So yes.
Alhamdulillah, 2 years into your marriage, right? Okay, kita nak tahu lebih dalam lah. So we will start off with, how did you two first met?
Okay, can I answer?
Boleh.
Just like the two of you lah. Musmatch.
Musmatch juga.
Yes.
Ke sama couple.
Musmatch.
Successful stories ni semua. Musmatch nak sponsor tak?
Sponsor.
Kalau boleh Musmatch, kalau sponsor, wow.
Amazing.
Tapi I would say that that is part of our usaha also lah kan. Nak cari jodoh, macam whatever happens, tapi kita usaha on our part. So wow, Musmatch. Lepas tu cerita dia macam mana?
Silakan.
Siapa start dulu I don't remember.
Siapa swipe right kat siapa tu?
Don't remember.
But what I remembered, I told him his face is like Kai Baha.
Oh wow.
Sabar je.
Cuba zoom sikit tak?
Sekarang dah berisi ya.
Tak apa. Berisi tu maknanya tanda kebahagiaan kan?
Wah, kenapa dia Google sekarang Kai Baha?
Muka Kai Baha, Boleh nyanyi macam Kai Bahar?
Tak boleh.
He
Jangan.
can sing.
Jangan.
But not like Kai Bahar, but he can sing. Yeah.
Idea. Suruh idea. Suruh idea.
Oh ya, ada dah nyanyi dah masa tu.
Kan. So yeah, they are also friends with Nakia and Aidil from
Yeah,
Two Horror
Horror
Stories
Stories.
POV. So tu of course we were talking a bit about them lah kan.
What a small world.
Kan, very small world. So yes, bila okay, ceritakan a bit about how siapa yang make the first move and all that.
I think it was a significant day because I can remember quite clearly. The start of it bila apa tu, I can't remember how most match work. Apa, swipe right ke
Swipe right,
Swipe right.
swipe right,
Is it? So I swipe right.
Kat
On
dia.
her.
Okay lah. But then tak
ada.
berbual.
Tapi
So,
dah match lah.
Dah match lah. Dah match.
Okay.
Cuma kita tak berbual. And then because during that time it happens that I was going through a rough situation.
Okay.
So I did not just main gitu je, but I have no intention on moving on from there lah. But then one of my bestest friend got married that day.
Oh, on the same day yang you
On the
match
same
lah?
day. On the tak dia like 1 week later gitu lah,
Okay,
or something like that, a few days later, because I remember you said to me apa ni, kalau tak berbual I'm gonna delete apa ke
Okay, I
something
don't
like that.
Oh, nak unmatch kalau tak berbual unmatch lah.
Unmatch lah kira macam dia ni tak guna.
Waste my time.
So from that day, when the first time I messaged her was right after my bestest friend got married, and also the same day I jatuhkan talak for my first my ex lah. And then it's also the day that I messaged her.
Okay, faham. So was it because bila dah go to the wedding tu dah macam dapat meriah dia punya feeling wedding?
Actually it was more of pain than happiness lah. But of course I'm happy
now
for
lah.
my friends,
Okay.
for my friend
course,
on that day. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, but also I was going through a very rough situation lah.
Maybe I can ask a bit, how long were you married in your previous marriage?
3 years, but all together is 12.
Oh, you were together 12 years.
Daripada zaman sekolah lah.
Zaman sekolah, yeah.
MasyaAllah.
So it was 2009, if I remember correctly lah, since 2009. But all in all, 4 years before that, kita dah pernah like interact lah, tapi tak pernah jumpa.
The two of you?
No.
Oh.
My first ex.
Okay.
Yeah,
Faham.
So yeah, so 2009 until yeah lah.
Faham. So of course, things didn't work out with you and your previous marriage.
Yeah.
So kita tak mau, we don't delve too much into that one.
Tak payah.
Yeah, tak payah. But of course, when you found Nurul on the app, apa perasaan you when you first started to talk to her on that first day tu?
Actually, I was surprised.
Oh.
Because it all macam nak cakap, it's like a little puzzle.
Okay.
Then it comes and then like suddenly
Macam
dapat jumpa
bidadari gitu
MasyaAllah. Dia dari syurga.
Nurul dah tadi senyum je tau.
No, I think I know what you mean lah. Macam everything is falling into place.
Yeah,
Betul.
everything falls into place, and it also because pasal doa lah basically. So I didn't expect that I could not say macam tackle ni pula. Dia macam macam jumpa pula dengan seorang ustazah.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Nurul is
that-
an asatiza by the way.
MasyaAllah, sister.
Yeah, so it's like when I first got to know, then I was like very surprised. Macam ustazah, are you ustazah? Then I was like, huh?
Self-proclaim ke apa ni?
I was like, you literally ustazah? I was like, yeah, I'm ustazah lah.
I mean
Macam
asatiza
itulah.
in Singapore lah kan.
Then I was like so called macam struck lah, macam alamak aku berbual dengan ustazah.
Tiba-tiba minta ada Islamic advice ke apa tak ada.
Jangan masuk situ.
Nurul pula when he first texted you, apa perasaan you?
Tak, actually I nak tahu bila you swipe right tu kan, kenapa you swipe right?
Apart from him looking like Kabaha.
Handsome. Tak.
Exactly. The picture that he used is
Attracted
was
lah.
good looking.
Nak tengok juga gambar ni.
Tak ada.
I think masih ada lah dalam iPhone.
Ya ke?
I think so.
Memory.
Kena scroll balik.
Gambar apa?
Pakai baju Melayu lah.
It's always the baju Melayu lah.
And one of it is using blazer.
Full.
Dia ingat.
Not bad, not
Oh,
bad.
yang blazer that one I remember.
It's
Tapi yang baju Melayu
corporate.
apa
It's a crop photo lah. You stand. Tak apalah, it's okay. I remember it.
Tak apa,
Itu yang penting.
Mungkin that time I'm like 45-50 kg lah. Masih okay.
Masih
Fit
fit
nampak
lagi.
fit lah.
Tak apa. Umur meningkat, kita punya umur meningkat sama-sama kan. Kita faham lah.
Faham.
Metabolism rate kita turun.
Turun.
Natural.
Dia slow down lah.
Okay, lepas tu bila Kai bakar Kai bakar message, perasaannya macam mana?
At that time, I tak ada any feelings lah actually.
Okay.
So just berbual because I was down. Because kita going through the same phase at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
same
kita
time.
berpisah dengan kita punya ex pun tak lama. You was in December kan?
That was the final one lah.
I was in February that's lah.
Okay. And korang jumpa bila?
September.
September. Okay, few months after. Quite a long time juga lah kan. So, okay, maybe I ask you the same question. How long were you married with your previous marriage? Ding ding ding.
Ingat tak?
Tak apa. Tak boleh ingat tak apa.
Tak. 4.
Dia ingat.
Okay.
Because I remember you 1 year.
Alpha.
You 1 year.
4 year.
4
Yeah.
years.
And also, of course, we actually gathered some information juga. And Nurul actually has 2 children in the from the previous marriage lah. How old are they? Don't want me asking.
The first one is 7 this year. The second is 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Faham.
7 and 5.
A son and a daughter.
Alhamdulillah. So you were married for 4 years?
Yalah, she was married for
Yeah.
For 4 years.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Her is 4 years, mine is 3.
Sekarang dah 7 years habis 4 years. Oh betul lah, pasal dah bertahun apa?
Dia kahwin bila sekarang dah?
Dah jauh. Minta maaf, I punya otak dah nampak sikit. So back then when you both contacted tu kan, both are in the same situation, macam tengah heartbreak and all that kan. How then, okay, bila you masuk Musmatch tu, what was the intention? Was it to find jodoh ke atau just want to find someone to talk to?
Someone to talk to. Yeah.
Then jumpa pula sama-sama situation kan?
Yeah.
Kan, I would say macam, kalau I in your position right, I would feel like macam, ya Allah, apakah ini? Is this a sign?
But bila korang berbual tu, immediately cakap, oh I'm going through a separation now ke apa ke?
Not that I can remember. Usually kita berbual kelakar-kelakar, and then we use like some pick-up lines lah. I know that there was
Cuba
like,
kasih sikit.
Alah.
dah tak ingat dah.
Tak ingat.
Tak ingat?
Dah tak ingat dah.
Alamak. Apa kata sekarang kita fikir on the spot kasih kat isteri?
Apa sih? I don't remember. Tak mau ini dah pressure tau ni.
You put him on the spot ke sana?
Put me on the spot habis.
I suka kacau orang. But then after that, bila you dah start to get in contact and all that, what was the pulling factor to each other yang eventually that you guys contacted for a while? How long did you contact again before you got married?
1 year.
1 year. What made you decide to find love again despite going through the hardships, hati dah remuk, things like that. But how did you even consider finding love again?
For me, one of the lesson that I learned is that no matter how long you are in a relationship, even daripada zaman sekolah, you know how good he or she is, and how well mannered she is. Bila dah kahwin tu, things
Might be different. Pasal
dah hari-hari jumpa. Dah satu rumah. Kalau time dating kan tak jumpa kan. Lepas tu balik bye. Lepas tu just message, berbual kat telefon, that kind
We're
of
always
stuff.
on our best behaviour lah bila kita jumpa dorang.
The
To make a good
dating
impression.
phase kan.
Yeah. So one thing that got me moving is that doesn't matter lah how long your relationship is. Some even arranged marriage sampai sekarang.
Oh, yeah.
One example is that, like for example, my sister, my third sister, sampai sekarang, they are each of them lah, both of them is their first relationship.
Oh,
So sampai sekarang, sampai dah ada rumah sendiri, dah kahwin 2 anak, and they're still together. So that is their first relationship all the way sampai sekarang. Yang dah jodoh jumpa siang lah.
Alhamdulillah.
And then kalau macam my parents, arrange.
Arranged marriage.
My father Malaysian, my mother Singaporean. So doesn't doesn't add up lah.
semestinya.
Tak semestinya that your
Betul.
relationship is that long, it gonna last forever, that kind of stuff. So when I met her, that I told her that story lah. Macam tak kisahlah relationship 2-3 tahun ke, dating 2-3 tahun tak semestinya tahan sampai
Betul.
sampai ni. Kita pun tak tahu. So why not we give this a try lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean kita pun we met each other 6 bulan 6 bulan
English ke Melayu? You nak
6
English ke
bulan.
Melayu?
6 bulan after kita jumpa kat first match tu, we tunang already.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we got married about 1.5 years later lah. So memang I agree with you. The time spent dengan someone tak semestinya will translate to a happy ending lah. Yeah, but alhamdulillah, I think after 1 year of contacting, you guys actually tied the knot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to know something because I'm thinking okay, sebab you found somebody right before you found each other. You found somebody and you imagine a life with them, and then you go through life with them, and then end up that you guys separate. So I want to understand, maybe both of you can give your inputs on macam mana perasaan tu, macam you thought this was the love of your life, but then tiba-tiba this perhubungan
Ended.
that kind of thing. Yeah. So feeling ni macam mana?
Your turn lah. Dulu lah.
Can I say I bersyukur? Yeah,
Bersyukur.
I bersyukur my first marriage ended.
Okay, maybe you do you mind sharing a little bit more why you bersyukur about this?
Because in-laws involvement too much lah.
Okay.
Because I stayed my in-laws place. Okay, can I say?
As long as kita
It's up to you. Kalau if not anything they can
cut lah. But of course kita try to tak mau buka sangat dia punya aib. But as much as what you feel about yourself. If you don't mind sharing lah.
Because for my first marriage, I don't really know what is love between husband and wife.
Okay.
Yeah, so macam kalang kabut lah kahwin first tu.
How old were you when you got married?
25.
25. Oh, okay, sama umur you lah.
Sama.
Back then bila kahwin.
Okay.
Bukan sekarang dia 25, dia dah tua sikit. Yeah, so you got married the same year lah.
Oh wow, bersyukur.
But is it because I think of course things didn't work out between you and your husband, even despite having
Ex-husband.
yeah, sorry, ex-husband.
Jangan kau.
Nanti dia dia kecap you. Enggak kena marah.
Berair mata aku.
Takut.
But with your ex-husband, things didn't work out. But even despite having 2 children also, I think the nucleus of the family is already there kan. But bila you putus tu, what was your the feeling that you have to go through despite with 2 kids in your life also?
At first macam rasa tak ada arah tujuan lah, because I was staying with my mum.
You went back to your mum after that?
Yes,
Okay.
and then macam, and I wasn't working at that time. And then tak kerja, tak ada rumah, kena menumpang kan. So macam
A bit lost lah.
but then along the way, because the process macam
The divorce process?
yes, dia macam cepat tau, because we have a very mutual agreement semua lah.
Okay, faham.
So kitanya proses tu macam tak ada banyak masalah pun.
Okay.
But the healing part
Of
tu,
course.
itu macam it takes time lah, until now even.
MasyaAllah.
Ada
Yeah.
tak feelings macam I'm not enough ke?
Tak ada.
Alhamdulillah.
Syukur.
Syukur. I mean of course, bila kita muda-muda pun kita break up dengan matai pun kadang-kadang rasa pedih dia, can take quite a while.
Itu matai, ni
That's why
marriage.
when it comes to marriage, the punya impact dia is quite deep lah kan, in terms of putus perkahwinan. Did you feel the same way also bila you putus dengan your ex-wife?
Yeah. Mine is a little bit more, not as tough as her situation.
Okay.
Because her situation is much more tougher, and it is something that I personally don't condone lah.
Okay.
Something it's very bad lah dalam segi Islam, and also dalam segi
Kemanusiaan.
lah.
MasyaAllah.
So for me myself, before we go through the divorce period, before we separated kan, I actually got the signs. Cuma I don't have the proof.
Okay.
So when I got the signs, all I do is doa lah. So that if this is not good for me, then show me. So it happened lah.
Okay.
Like depan mata lah.
Faham.
So The pain is there, but I was quite ready for it lah.
Okay. Because memang you dah dapat firasat sikit lah.
Because I caught, because it happened 3 times lah, and it's like some signs of it. Dia bukan nampak depan mata what happened. It's through app lah.
Okay.
The final one was through an app.
Okay.
And then the first 2 was getting caught on certain things.
Okay.
Which I'm not going to go into detail sangat lah kan. That one personally I can share lah, but not in the podcast lah. I think it's not nice lah.
So itu yang dah terjadi pada orang, kita husnuzon. Bukan husnuzon, kita doakan yang terbaik untuk mereka lah kan.
So the pain of healing, to go through that, because I remember when the last one, the final one, pukul 1:30, 2 pagi. When it happened, when I found out, I went out. Ada motor kan, so I keluar, then I just ride.
Healing.
I don't know where I'm riding. I stop kat tengah-tengah highway. I cried.
MasyaAllah.
Then I go back to bawah block. Then I sat there until pukul I can't remember, pukul 5, pukul 6 pagi. Then like I said, Nakia and Aidil was one of my closest friends, one of my bestest friends. So I went their house early in the morning, and they were there, and they actually pick up my call. I think Aidil, I call Aidil. He picked up my call. Aku cakap, Dil, boleh aku datang, boleh tak, ada hal sikit lah. So I went there and I told them everything. Then I stayed there. I even slept there for a while before I went back. Before I went back home. By the time I went back home, I already contacted my ex punya family lah.
Okay.
Telling her to go back home. Go back to her sister's house.
Okay.
So when she go back, I go home.
Okay. Because you couldn't face her anymore.
I couldn't face her anymore lah. So that's it lah. It's done lah. Whatever you did, that's it. So after that, the whole entire process is just messy. And I still remember before that happened. Like I'm not too sure when. Before that happened, I actually told her, if you want us to be separated, tell me, we can do it nicely. It doesn't have to be a messy one. Just mutual agreement, that's it. That's it, done. No hard feelings. If this is not working out for us, then that's it. But
heavy tu. When he was explaining his situation, I also feel, saya pernah juga terjadi things like, I mean, I wasn't married before. Something similar happened to me also. So I know exactly how you felt. The need to go out, need to just cry and just meet someone to really just luahkan perasaan. I really feel for you there. And it's definitely not an easy period. And I think, alhamdulillah, both of you, I can say that both of you are blessed to have found each other despite the hardship that you guys went through.
Betul.
And the emotions is definitely not something yang senang untuk kita sebagai seorang manusia untuk menjalani. But the fact that you guys are both still here, and I really commend you guys on that. Alhamdulillah.
And also Rizal shared something, right? Maybe you want to share about the cancer.
Yes, I was diagnosed with testicular cancer 4 months before I was married.
4 months before you was married. First wedding.
First marriage. Yeah. Okay. So it was 4 months before that. Imagine dia punya kecoh nak kahwin, punya kecoh nak kerja cari duit.
Yes. Lepas tu dapat such a big news.
Very big news lah, because at that time, cancer, all I know is life and death lah. That's it.
For me also last time.
So actually cerita dia panjang sebenarnya, but it's a very how to say, macam
it affected your progression in life after that.
It for that period of time, yes. Because it's a very tough situation, and it's sampai sekarang lah, senang kata, I have to deal with certain things that affects my body. Pasal it's suka macam biology jugalah kan.
But so, can I just ask, which stage were you diagnosed?
Stage 1.
Stage 1, okay.
So how I found out is actually cerita dia kelakar sikit. I found out, I used to have a Twitter account. Okay, that Twitter account, I usually ikut Liverpool news.
Alamak, dari Liverpool fan dah. Alamak.
Yes. Sini apa fan?
Arsenal.
Alamak, Arsenal tengah first.
Terima kasih.
Bola rivalry ni panas tau actually.
Dah lah kalah dengan diorang. Datang pula podcast orang. Yeah, so that from Twitter lah. So Twitter I followed a few people yang duduk UK, yang true Liverpool fans lah.
Okay.
So one of them actually ada cancer, and then on that day he tell the story how he got the cancer in the first place.
Okay.
So it was just gambar, then I read lah, baca. He went to the doctor pasal dia rasa ada tumbuhan dekat dia testicle.
Okay.
So he went to the doctor and the doctor check, end up tu tak ada benda lah, it's just a cyst.
Okay.
End up dia ada cancer lain. So when I read about that tumbuhan tu, then I realise aku ada tau ni benda.
Okay.
It's something like that.
Okay.
Is it dalaman, is it?
Yeah, it's basically your balls.
Oh.
Tak ada tapis pula.
Lah, you can see the lumps lah.
Ada extra growth lah.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
growth, basically macam keras, things like that lah.
Okay, okay.
And then also ada symptoms like lower back pain.
Okay.
So before that I didn't know. I cuma tahu yang ada that tumbuhan lah.
Okay.
So I was worried lah. Then I Google, Sheikh Al Google.
Shake out.
Biasa lah. Jadi semuanya kat situ. So I look through, I read through the symptoms, everything is in line. Semuanya macam
Symptoms dia macam
symptom
tick
dia
lah,
sama
tick.
tick everything. Then because during that time I tak tahu there's such thing as testicular cancer.
Kita cuma tahu cancer je.
Cancer so usually the one that you hear macam lung cancer lah, brain cancer lah, things like that
Bone
kan.
cancer.
Yeah. So I didn't know. So the next day I was on night shift.
Okay.
So I tell my mum lah, cakap I want to go doctor dulu before pergi kerja. So biasalah mak kan, kau pergi doktor buat apa?
Dia dah start worried dah.
Cakap tak ada, nak check nak check whether adik ada tumbuhan ke apa. Kau ada tumbuhan, kau cuma main kau dah masa dah mula dah risau, biasalah kan ibu kan. So I assure her insyaAllah tak ada apa-apa lah, setakat nak check je, make sure tak ada benda. So I went for check under panel clinic lah.
Okay.
So bila dia check tu, muka dia frown.
Okay.
Muka dia macam alamak dia ni kasih muka ni macam pula. Risau lah, makin lagi risau kan. So and then the doctor look at my face, tahulah of course panic kan. Cakap no, don't worry, this one you just go to the hospital and get it checked, go for the scan, but don't worry, it can be cyst, don't worry. Tapi I know that's a lie lah. Cakap doctor come on lah.
Dia tengah frown, it's okay. It's okay.
Masih nak kasih hope lah.
Macam si false hope tu. Ni doktor main-main lah. So I went pergi kerja lah, night shift as per normal. Usually night shift I cannot sleep. Memang tak biasa tidur tempat yang tak selesa lah. So but on that day I was so worried, mentally exhausted that I actually fell asleep on the table. Macam tertidur, just a doze off.
Dah penat sangat. Fikir banyak sangat.
It's just too much lah. Then the next morning night shift selalunya seorang je, tak ada orang lain.
Okay.
Yeah, and then when the manager comes in the next morning, that's where I told him, I cakap, today I'm not going to come to work. I want to take MC. I want to go hospital check. And I tell him the whole story lah.
Yeah.
So he said, okay bro, no problem. Then I went to the doctor with my mom. Pergi dengan mak, explain semua kat doktor. And doctor give me an appointment to go for scan 1.5 weeks after.
After that. Okay.
After that, then also jumpa doktor lah. A few days after that. But then bila dah balik tu, I remembered I lupa something nak bilang kan doktor. So the next day pergi lagi dengan mak. Then the doctor bring forward my appointment to like 3-4 days later.
Okay. Dah tahu something else is up lah.
Yeah, so pergi scan and everything. Then after that, then after the scan semua, a few days later jumpa doktor kan. So jumpa doktor dengan kakak pula. With my second sister lah. Dengan kakak masuk tempat doktor tu, dan straight away dia cakap okay, we need to ward you immediately.
Ward immediately
So kena warded immediately.
Okay.
So dah dengar macam gitu, I cried lah, nangis. So I nangis, then my sister help to calm me down. And then kita nak kena patah balik tau. Bukan patah balik, actually I'm not supposed to go home pun. Tapi my sister say we want to go balik sekejap lah, ambil barang-barang, then we come back.
Pasal tak sangka lah that you supposed to be warded kan.
Yeah, pasal tak sangka we need I need my stuff and all that kind of stuff lah. So that was like 3+ in the afternoon, 3+4. So me and my sister balik, then kita tahu kita tak sempat. My sister tak apa, bodoh sudah. 5 minit orang tetap kena tunggu. Saya balik, solat asar dulu, lepas tu baru naik cab patah balik lah. Tu pun orang dah bising lah.
Kita lambat sangat.
Lambat sikit lah.
Sikit
lah. So tak apa, dah masuk. Kat hospital pun ada cerita kelakar dia juga.
Banyak cerita kelakar.
So this one was really surprising because I was down. I was really in a bad place lah. Then I have this WhatsApp group of friends. These are my closest, bestest friends. So I want to send message to them. Cakap, minta maaf lah. I've been diagnosed with this and all that. Then when I message, then one of my friend actually, kau kena warded kat hospital. Dia cakap, aku kat dalam hospital ni, dia pun kena warded juga. End up kita sama-sama kat situ.
At least ada members lah.
At least ada members lah.
Jiwa.
Pasal dia suka macam kalau benda-benda gini, dia tak perlu bilang orang, dia tak bilang. So he will just stay at hospital satu hari, then that's it. And then kita duduk sana sama-sama, ward pun sama. Duduk pun sama bilik.
What are the odds?
Itu sebab kita semua surprise lah. Yang lain semua tak tahu. Tu dia cakap, Isyad ni, kau pun warded juga? Alamak. Sama-sama jumpa.
Tapi dia warded pasal benda lain.
Benda lain. So that was the start of everything lah. I went for surgery to remove one of my testicle. And then after that, after the whole entire thing, when dah habis surgery tu, I went for another scan.
We have to make sure that everything is clear kan?
Yeah, everything is clear. So I'm cancer free.
Alhamdulillah.
Tapi as I go on, dia macam ada that apa tu, check up lah every now and then kan.
Every 6 months or something, is it?
Yeah, 3 months, 6 months around there. They found another one on the other testicle.
No.
Tapi it was small.
Okay.
So they cannot tell me that it is cancer or not.
Okay.
So
to search.
So kena just tunggu je. Just let it be lah. They suggest to remove it. Cakap, but I said I don't want lah.
Pasal if you remove means you won't be able to have children, is it?
Yes. But also at that point of time, I cannot have children already because I tried to go for sperm banking.
Okay.
They want me to do sperm banking, which is quite pricey. Okay. So and then when I go there, they actually said you can actually do a check first whether your sperm is mortality ke apa, fertility semua okay lah, everything is fine, then you do the sperm banking lah. So I did that lah. Then when I did that, I went to see the doctor. The doctor say nothing.
Okay.
That means your sperm is just liquid lah.
Okay.
That means you have nothing. Your sperm is not good.
Okay.
So when macam terfikir 2 kali whether should I be doing this sperm banking ke tidak ke, because it's no use, and then it's every year you have to pay the maintenance tau, a few $100.
Okay.
So daripada situ I say tak payah sudah. Tak payah sudah. One thing is that it's gonna cost me a lot, and second thing is that it's just gonna be giving me false hope. Like when just want to try to have kids, but end up know that it's impossible lah.
So throughout this whole thing, your partner at that time tahu about the situation?
Yeah, tahu. So during that whole situation, especially in the early parts kan, it was very difficult, and I went through a phase where fear is overtaking my body. It's at the situation macam sekarang kita panas gila kan. During that time it was hot tau. And I still remember me and my mother go to Tampines, jumpa satu vendor untuk ni lah decor, dengan pilih colour and everything. But I went there, I was shivering, sejuk.
Walaupun tengah panas.
Tengah hari.
Wish.
It was in the afternoon, and it was very hot. I'm wearing my baju dalam, baju t-shirt and a jacket.
Wish. Macam mana tu?
And I was not sweating at all, but I'm shivering.
Pasal tengah dalam.
You are in I'm in that situation where fear is overtaking me lah.
Okay.
So what I did during that time, my mother yang kena berbual dengan vendor, I did not choose the colour. I just tell her I want something mean green or something like that lah.
Okay.
Then lepas you know about your condition already lah.
Yeah, this is after I know about my condition. Then I actually dekat mana kat Simei shopping center tu, apa nama dia? East Point Mall.
East Point.
East Point Mall. East Point Mall kan it's like sebelah ada macam
Hospital.
tanah lapang ke apa something like that kan.
Dekat dengan CGH juga kan.
Yeah. So I actually walk around the vicinity of the mall
Wah.
to heat up my body.
Wow.
I don't, even though I don't feel takut, but my body is still reacting to that fear
The fear is
or
really-
that mental ni lah.
Yeah,
wow.
faham.
So it was quite macam tak faham lah. Cakap panas tau. It's
very hot
it's
in the
very hot
in
tau.
the
And
afternoon lagi.
Yeah,
kan?
and I'm wearing like 3 layers of baju and I walk the entire vicinity and I'm not sweating at all. Then I don't understand lah that part. I cannot.
Maybe I can ask, what was this punca of the fear? Like takut pasal cancer lagi ke?
Takut pasal cancer. Because during that time I think the result was not out ke atau I'm still waiting for the doctor, nak jumpa doktor.
Okay.
Nah, before I was warded lah, I guess.
So the weight.
Yeah. So that's where I feel that kind of macam tak tahu, I cannot explain. Yeah, and it's like you are shivering though. And tu lagi time panas. Habis kat dalam taxi when we go back home,
Dalam
I was
aircon lagi.
menggigil.
Masya-Allah.
Menggigil rabak.
This is just pure fear tau. You can really see how Rizal actually feeling the fear of this diagnosis.
Yeah, you
That's-
imagine yourself like the possibility of you dying, you know.
Yeah.
Macam it's so real.
Yeah.
And then lagi berapa bulan nak kahwin, dia macam
A lot of things are
lah.
going in your mind.
Yeah,
Right.
and a lot of things. Sorry. It also the day that I quit smoking. And it's quit bahasa terus dah tak isap. Terus
Cold turkey terus lah.
And I don't have any withdrawals.
Oh, nak kena minta tips ni.
Tak mau. Tips ni rabak sikit. Yeah.
Okay. Faham.
Okay, so I nak fast forward a bit, right? So you dah kahwin. Lepas tu, did this cancer issue cause any kind of trouble in your marriage?
Yeah, he did. Low key it caused.
Was it because of the children factor?
No, it's not the children factor, but in biology tiba nak jadi profesor.
Professor Zhao.
Pasal kita as the male hormones kan, our energy comes from the testicle. That's what the doctor said lah.
Oh,
Okay.
So all our energy, all our body mass, kita punya like
Testosterone lah.
testosterone lah, it comes from the balls.
Okay.
Sorry, testicle.
Tak apa, boleh.
Ustazah macam mana ni Ustazah?
A'udzubillah.
Okay, it comes from the testicle lah.
Okay.
Comes from the testicle lah.
Okay.
So basically
Minta maaf.
sorry lah, nak kena tapis sikit lah.
Tak apa. Silakan.
So from the testicle is where we get our energy, get our fitness and for the male punya perspective lah.
Faham.
So I lost one. So that's basically half of it.
Yeah.
Right.
So it affects lah. It affects my not really macam terlalu affected sangat, but it affects lah.
Ada perbezaan dia lah.
Ada perbezaan dia lah. And then
Is it like macam your energy, your
level.
energy
emotions?
when you get into bed with your partner, you
The
can't
drive.
seem to.
Okay,
Faham.
understand.
Yeah, you don't have. You have that feeling, but it's not macam dulu lah. It's not
Okay.
like last time.
Understand.
Okay.
Yeah, so that I can say that affect us during that time. And then I tried my best to sorry, gatal lah tekan.
Mungkin aircon kot. You want hot water ke apa?
Tak apa.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Kena rukyah. Okay, apa tadi ah? Lupa
The
pula.
energy level.
The energy level. So during that time, I tried my best to macam do sperm check lah, macam try my best. Like after 7 days atau after a few weeks, check. But that thing cost quite a lot lah. Just to check one time though.
Understand.
Then at the end of the day, I just nak buat macam mana dah tak boleh lah. That's it.
Okay.
But then I still have one more testicle. So insyaAllah that one can help me during that time.
During that time, okay.
During that time. Yeah.
Then, so bila you ketawakan
Tak.
Tapis.
Tak, sebab dekat dalam podcast kita ni I tak pernah dengar word ni so many times in one episode until now.
But this is real.
Yeah,
This
it's
is real.
information.
It's information.
But okay, I want to talk about something macam before you decide to marry someone, right? You are supposed to macam tell all these kind of things, right? That could affect your marriage. You know, like your medical history, your finance punya situation.
To be transparent in a
To be
sense.
transparent, correct. And kita macam dekat bibir ni macam senang cakap, tak apa, I accept you for who you are. I accept you, we can go through this together. But when you are in the situation,
It will be different.
it will be very different, right? Yeah. So
So in fact, I went through that whole situation was with my ex also. She was there lah, consoling me, things like that lah, macam biasa lah.
try to
Until
be
we get
supportive
married lah. Yeah, until we got married lah. But of course, I don't blame her partly because of it, because this is my responsibility kan. It falls on me. So
Yeah. It's your cabaran daripada Allah lah.
Yeah.
You know, to go through this also.
yeah.
But
Oh, sorry. Okay,
silakan.
boleh. Okay, so I cannot help but think sebab you are in your position macam gini kan, with your situation, medical condition. Lepas tu you jumpa pula seorang gadis yang amazing. Lepas tu ada pula dua anak yang Alhamdulillah, you know. So macam I want to know your feelings about it lah. Macam okay, you sendiri probably most
you cannot have a child, is it?
Yeah.
The doctor have already tested your semen and there wasn't any swimmers lah per se.
Yeah.
Okay. So in that sense, when you jumpa seseorang yang dah ada anak tu, in terms of Nurul kan, apa perasaan you bila that I'm going to be a father?
Instant father.
In a way,
macam-
instant father.
macam
Instant father lah.
Marry one get two.
wow.
Buy one get two free. Salah.
Okay. Yeah, because of the situation lah.
Actually, before we got married, she actually went through with me the same situation,
Oh,
Yeah.
because the one that they found on the other testicle is a cancer. So I had to go through it another round,
okay.
but this time with her.
Masya-Allah.
But
But that is after
Your surgery was after kahwin.
2 weeks after.
Yeah.
Around 2 weeks
marriage.
after marriage.
instant lah dia punya cabaran juga
Yeah. So before that, actually, I told her about it already.
Okay. So okay, now I want to ask Nurul, apa perasaannya bila Rizal actually shared all this with you and knowing that potentially you might not be able to have children with him?
Oh, I actually did tell him macam I don't mind kalau tak ada anak pun, because 2 is enough for me lah.
Okay.
At that time lah, yeah. So macam as long as dia boleh jadi seorang bapa, seorang suami yang the best, I don't mind
So
not.
Mitali lah kan.
Yes.
So
I don't
far 2 years
mind. Yeah.
pass the test
Alhamdulillah.
I got your back bro.
Now we are even.
Tadi.
Okay.
Okay.
Ada tak? Okay. Kan artinya, so bila you know when you removed the remaining the other testicle kan, you knowing that you might not be able to have children again.
Yes.
Apakah what was going through your mind? Because okay, right now both of us are trying to have children as well, and I am in a similar situation as well in terms of
No, not cancer.
not cancer lah, but still have complications in terms of the production of sperm. So I want to understand what was going through your mind knowing that you might not be able to have your own children.
Oh, a lot lah. At first, it is something that it's hard to accept lah.
Yeah.
It's gonna take you some time to actually get used to it. Come to term with it lah.
Okay.
But of course, your situation is not like mine. You can still keep on trying.
Can try lah, insyaAllah.
But for me, there's no other way really lah, except for like adopting and things like that lah. But it takes me quite a while because I still remember when I'm still in that phase of accepting that I won't be able to be a father. When one of my best friend buat macam baby shower. Bukan baby shower, baby
Tahnik
Tak, macam gender reveal.
Gender reveal, okay.
Baby shower
Gender
dah tu.
reveal. Baby shower ke?
Baby shower is lepas dia dah.
Lepas dah.
Oh tak
Lepas tu dah beranak.
Dah pernah. Baby shower is lepas dah beranak.
Betul.
Tahnik. Dia macam baby shower macam tahnik gitulah.
Ya. So, gender reveal lah.
Okay.
So I was going through quite macam sedih lah macam. But of course I'm happy for my friends lah. But yalah, every time kalau macam dengar siapa-siapa dah pregnant, siapa-siapa, especially those close to me kan, macam this pool of friends that is with me, we've been together since kita masih kecil, masih primary school, grow up sampai sekarang, sampai diorang dah ada anak, semua dah duduk rumah sendiri, going through that fatherhood punya ni lah. So every time kalau dengar during that time je macam sedih, macam happy for them, but personally I'm sad lah, because I won't be going through what they are going to go through that time. So it takes me quite a while to understand, take me quite a while to actually macam accept it that I won't be a father. So that, because that's the bottom line lah. That's the bottom that I won't be a father. There's other ways, but you can be a father but not your own blood. That means you have no lineage. Your lineage die with you. Kira kan like my father, my lineage die with me.
MasyaAllah.
So it carry on with adik-beradik. Dia lah.
You be the uncle to their children lah.
So when I met her, when I know she got 2 children, of course I'm open to the idea of being a stepfather. And then it's also a good punya, for me I think it's one of the ways if not you have to adopt, and it costs you a lot more.
It's different lah. Adoption also kan.
Perbezaan dia jauh lah kan. So at least with this I get to get the feel
to be a father.
To be a father, and also understand lah how being a father actually is.
Okay, I nak tanya Nurul pula, like how does it make you feel yang bila dia see all these things, like not being able to have his own
I cannot lah.
Because it's a very hard punya for her, especially because right now I have come to terms with it. Alhamdulillah. For these challenges lah. I mean, ada orang lagi teruk daripada ni kan. So whatever I come to terms with it right now, of course kita selalu have that mindset macam, miracles can happen,
I think the fact that Allah put the two of you together, that is a miracle in itself. Kan?
Correct.
The fact that you know you might not be a father, but now technically you are. Two beautiful children.
Macam Allah susun tu macam cantik gitu.
I think apakah perasaan anda? Apakah perasaan anda sekarang that now you have?
I want to know.
Okay, silakan.
When was the first time that you met the children?
Bila? I think
It was Alpha first, right?
Alpha.
Yeah, you fetch him from school.
Sense.
Fetch him from
Sebelum
school.
kahwin ni.
Sebelum
Yeah,
kahwin.
sebelum
So actually we met, ambil anak dia yang first lah. Balik sekolah, that time was kindergarten. Dengan the second one. So we went there.
Sama-sama tu of you.
Balik gitu je lah, just like that je. Just a simple punya
meet up.
Then as we go on, ada bawa orang pergi macam beach, main.
Just to spend time with them, get to know you also lah kan. Okay.
Nurul, for you takut tak kalau the children cannot macam ngam dengan atau accept him?
Takut jugalah because I dah selesa dengan dia kan. And then macam takut kalau anak tak boleh terima, then
how would it be?
Back then I have to prioritize the children first. So kalau macam anak-anak tak boleh terima, then what am I supposed to do?
Betul.
But Alhamdulillah lah, my children accepted him.
Alhamdulillah.
Get along with him. Bagus lah.
Bila I nak tanya, when you see the children go to him, do you rasa anything tak?
No. What do they call them, by the way? What
do they call him?
Ayah.
Ayah.
But the first time was uncle lah.
No, okay. Ni soalan yang I know that if this were to happen to me, I'll feel very amazed. I feel very happy.
Okay.
When was the first time they call you ayah?
Oh.
Alamak.
Bila kita decide nak kahwin.
Okay.
Yeah, I told them to change from daripada uncle to ayah lah untuk sesuaikan diri.
Dan
Yeah.
apa perasaan you bila diorang panggil ayah?
Happy lah, of course, definitely. I do remember the first time that macam diorang tengah nak try tukar-tukar kan. Nanti asyik diorang lupa kan.
Uncle, ayah.
Tukar-tukar lah. Nanti she will always remind them to call me ayah. Of course, it's very foreign to hear that the first few times lah. After that, you get used to it. Yeah, so Alhamdulillah.
I dah emosi. Okay, because you said you prioritize your children. Of course, in your marriage, you prioritize your children because they are children growing up, kan? So how important? How did you feel bila you really see them really bonding with Rizal as a father and children kind of moment?
Nak honest ke tak nak? Okay, honest.
Silakan, honest conversations. Let's go.
Okay, honestly, I would prefer they go to Rizal more than their father.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ada sebab yang boleh share? I mean, of course, number one is you are married to him lah, kan? And
because their characteristic is very different lah.
okay.
Their father and him. And then can I say?
In terms of
Up to you.
in terms of the feeling of care towards the children and whatever past history there was, is it?
My husband and their father, diorang punya background is very, very different.
Okay.
Your family also lah. So can say macam ni ni sorry.
Yang ini lembut, yang ini keras.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah lembut.
So, yeah, lembut.
Very nurturing lah. Nurturing father.
And then their father is very kasar.
I see.
So it's totally opposite. And then I'm in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I have to adapt to him. And then macam susah lah because nak ajar anak yang mana satu.
Right.
Nak jadi yang kuat, keras atau jadi lembut. So sekarang anak I satu keras, satu lembut. Yang abang lembut lah, yang adik.
Both boys?
Lelaki dengan perempuan.
So the girl
abang
is
and adik perempuan. So abang dia ada sikit macam kalau nampak orang nangis, dia pun nangis sekali lah.
macam sama je lah. I pun antara my adik-adik yang lagi dua perempuan tu, I yang lembut lah. Yeah. Kita sama bro. But I think of course the dilemma that you have in raising your children that you mentioned is really something that is not easy to go through lah. Because I mean I don't know how it feels, but from what you mentioned, from how you are reacting, I can sense that you are really feeling a lot of emotional struggle, emotional pull and push and pull. But I think of course you know what's best for your children, and I think knowing that you're married to Rizal and from the way he is, I think of course lah, siapa tak nak dengan dia lah kan. MasyaAllah.
Kai bahak.
Being a stepfather also have its own challenges lah. Like personally, for me, stepfather macam it feels like a challenge tau. Macam who is the best father.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, you know that you are not the first. You will never come first. It's either you are third or you are the last.
Okay.
Then first will always be the mother lah, definitely. Second will be the father. Kalau kita ikut Nabi,
Jangan
first three,
jangan nyanyi
first three is
Who first your mother?
I do not know that song. I don't know. Mungkin dah tak ingat lah. But all I know is the first three is mother, then the father kan. Yeah. So for them, for the kids on their perspective is of course mother, father, then can be nenek orang, can be orang pakcik-pakcik orang, makcik orang. So all of those people comes first, then you might be the last. Pasal you join, macam so called like join lambat lah. Because they do not know you from when they were a child, when they were smaller. So as they grow up, you might still be there. Macam you are not the first person they go to. Yeah, but you are as a stepfather, you always need to be there for them because yalah,
You are raising
so-called
them
is
as a
so-called
father
is
also.
your children juga apa
Yeah.
kan.
Yeah, we actually have a listener yang tanya how this person said that we should invite somebody who is a stepmom or stepdad because she is going through a bit of a challenging situation themselves lah. So if you could share macam your struggles and then how do you actually
Overcome those struggles.
overcome those struggles. Macam mana nak macam dekatkan diri you dengan dorang, make sure that macam they like you lah, they like you, they accept you, yeah.
Okay, probably this one I have a little bit on your own upbringing lah. Like for me, my father is a hard worker. Apa orang panggil tu? Macam kerja keras, macam apa? Hard labor. Hard labor. A bit of hard labor lah, macam kerja driver dengan stuff. He's a PR lah. So tak adalah kerja glamour kat sini sangat kan. So kita jarang berbual time when I was small, but he was there. Macam ikut pergi kerja, dulu driver ikut naik lori pergi kerja, that kind of stuff lah. Then I still remember macam tertidur kat lori dia, and then he didn't want to wake me up, so he stayed in the lori macam sok khabar.
Just to not wake you up.
Just not to wake me up. So it has it got something to do with your upbringing juga. If your father were to macam time you kecil, your father is very close to you, always berbual kan. So that's how you need to replicate that lah. But for me, my father is not really that communicative, but he is there. So
he's present.
So my style is I may not berbual sangat dengan dorang, mungkin tak banyak sangat main dengan dorang. To be honest, I'm still so called macam adapting lah. Lagi sekarang the boy baru je masuk sekolah primary, so there's a lot of things changing tau. A lot of changing, a lot of adapting. Then that's my way lah. So even though I don't really talk to them, macam tak berbual sangat, I play with them. At times I do talk to them, things like that. But I'm always there lah. Like kat rumah I do everything except gosok baju je.
Tak pandai gosok
Tak, cerewet
tak
sikit.
boleh. Dia bukan tak pandai gosok, tak boleh gosok.
Pasal takut.
Boleh lah. Pernah gosok baju Alpha. Pernah.
Is it?
I pass tak?
Okay lah.
Okay.
Dia macam okay lah, can be better.
Boleh terima lah.
Boleh.
Okay, kan kalau full mark 10 dia dapat 8 gitu lah. Okay,
Pasal baju budak kan. So okay lah.
Baju budak okay lagi. Jangan kau kasih aku dia tudung dia.
Tak boleh.
Jangan pegang.
Jangan. Bahaya.
Tolong jangan.
For me pula, rumah kita pula ayah gosok tudung dia. So dah biasa.
Oh, dah biasa.
Boleh belajar lah.
Dia punya method dia simple. From the top kan, pelan-pelan, then fold, pelan-pelan.
Tak nak. I leave it tu.
Okay, I nak tanya Nurul pula. How then, pasal we ask Rizal kan, how then do you support in terms of your children getting close to Rizal?
Support.
Pasal he has his challenges. What about you? How do you allow your children to really be close to Rizal?
Diorang macam semula jadi tengok.
Semua jadi.
Because diorang masih dalam tengah growing up kan. So diorang understand that they have two fathers.
Okay.
And then slowly kita introduce that Rizal is their stepfather. Dulu kita just cakap ada dua fathers.
Okay.
So sekarang slowly because
dah matang sikit lagi.
and they are going to have a stepmother also, from what I know lah.
Okay, faham.
So kat sana dah introduce dulu what the meaning of mother. So kita pun introduce the stepfather punya word lah.
Okay.
So kadang-kadang macam nak main game, nak apa, tanya ayah. So ada certain things I let Rizal to decide lah. Not all the things from me lah.
Get him involved in the decision making lah, so that you can put more importance of Rizal in their lives also lah kan.
Kadang-kadang ada macam disciplining pun Rizal lah. Because I kalau marah, that's it lah. I masuk bilik, jangan. Nanti lain jadi. So Rizal sebab dia lagi lembut.
Tapi kadang-kadang lembut pun tak lembut sangat kadang-kadang.
Kena ada ketegasan sikit lah. Okay. Pasal, I mean, of course, this whole challenges is really orang yang melaluinya yang akan tahulah the feeling of how it is. But if I may ask, how has it been for the past 2 years for the both of you dealing in, being in a marriage, in a second marriage? How did you manage to find love, like really apa nama dia, really build on the love that you guys once lost but now have it again. How has it been?
For me, I reflect on myself lah. Personally, the very first thing in every marriage is always reflect on yourself lah. That's from what I learn lah. It's not macam usually, and then also the experience that I have and talk to macam asatiza in my workplace. So it's not, there's no such thing as perempuan buat gini, lelaki buat gini. Okay. There's no such thing. There's no barrier. There's no macam,
there's no template lah.
Dia tak ada macam perempuan kena cuci baju, lelaki tak cuci baju. There's no such things.
Yes.
So like I said, I did everything except for gosok je. So that is basically macam, and I always told Nurul is that we are a team. We are not against each other. So every time kalau kita gaduh, just remember I'm not against you. We are communicating. Mungkin kadang-kadang ada terpekik-pekik, ada a bit of yelling, marah-marah. But
emotion lah.
Yeah, emotion ni kan. But always remember that I'm not against you. We both of us is against this problem. Yeah, so this problem is what's causing the tension. So how can we solve it? Yeah, so even as it's easier said than done, because kita pernah gaduh sampai 2 hari. 2-3 hari. And
normal lah.
Yeah, that normal lah kan. But it can just make sure to control the situation lah. Do not go beyond that. Jangan sampai terlepas cakap. Terlepas cakap benda yang tak baik, tak apa. Jangan terlepas cakap talak. That's one issue lah. Pasal that one you need
a lot of
things lah you have to go through. Pasal ada lah dia punya hukum dia ya. So yang tu lain cerita lah so there's a lot of macam covering each other's shift lah.
Okay.
Kira kan macam baju nak kena angkat. She's working, she wants me to angkat, I angkat lah. When I go to work, she's at home, dia angkat lah. Angkat lah.
Alhamdulillah.
That's how it's supposed to be
like
kan?
Also.
Alhamdulillah.
So usually apa yang kita biasanya is that like usually I'm the one who cooks.
Kita sama.
because I love cooking lah.
Kita sama.
Kita boleh masak sama-sama. Panggil Aidil sekali.
Dia pun pandai masak.
Kita catering apa dia.
Oh yes. Bestnya all husbands cook off.
So usually kalau kita either one of us cook, then the other cuci.
I'm loving this what I'm hearing. Alhamdulillah.
So that is, itu pun belajar lah throughout the, even though it's a short 2 year spell kan, as of right now. We learn quite a lot. Belajar macam mana, and for me I adapt to her because she has to handle the budak-budak, macam mana diorang pendidikan kat rumah, macam mana how she does it kan. I have to adapt to her, not she adapt to me, because if she adapt to me, then budak-budak dua pun kena adapt to me.
Faham.
Which is even more difficult lah kan.
Yeah,
so I adapt to her, like how she does thing. Macam sidai baju, ada cara sidai baju dia. Dia bukan sidai baju gantung je tau.
Dia kena ikut size dia.
Hanger pun lain.
Kena masuk gini, kira-kira masuk gini.
Color dia lain.
Color. Kena tahu tau. All those things it's not simple, but it's not simple, but as you go on, you understand, then buat je lah.
Of course you learn, despite getting to know each other for 1 year sebelum kahwin, these 2 years after marriage, it's always going to be a learning progress, a learning journey for every married couples out there. So dia tak ada macam dah kahwin dah habis. Tak ada. It's constantly you have to change, you have to adapt. Pasal tiap tahun kan ada benda yang berbeza.
Yes, correct.
For Nurul pula, how do you feel about finding love again?
Okay, I tanya you macam, okay, during that time bila baru separate with your previous partner, right? The feeling of loss and everything, how do you overcome it? And kalau you boleh give any kata-kata perangsang lah to anyone out there who might be facing the same thing, lagi-lagi dengan anak lagi, macam mana tu? Macam, how do you give them the strength to hold on and move on?
Okay, for me, I don't really remember lah what I did, but okay, nangis lah. Tu sudah tentu kena nangis. You must cry. Tak kira lah berapa lama, tapi jangan lama sangat lah. And then after that dah nangis puas-puasnya, ingat anak-anak lah. Ni memang klise lah, tapi you have no choice but to ingat anak-anak because
They
diorang
rely
datang dululah kan, they are our priority. Then bangun cari kerja because at that time kan I tak kerja. So I bangun cari kerja, then don't stop there lah, because you have to think about your mental health also. Kalau you tak jaga diri you, anak-anak macam mana?
Betul.
Jangan macam terlalu nangis. Memang akan sunyi lah malam tu, orang dah tidur tu memang biasa, nanti teringat balik kejadian semua kan. Dia memang akan nangis. Tapi bila siang hari tu bangun and then go on with your life. And then
Keep yourself occupied.
Yes, itu penting. Yes, cari kerja, then carilah keluar dengan kawan ke. Bila anak-anak tak ada dengan kita, go have some me time lah.
Tapi you sebelum tu you tak kerja kan? So I have some people yang rasa macam macam mana ni, all this while my past partner was the one who is supporting me, lepas tu I tak kerja, and then now I have to, tapi rasa macam tak layak, macam can I even get a job gitu. What would you have to say to them?
Kalau pasal kerja tu, you cannot be choosy lah. Because you need the money to go on with your life. So and tak mau choosy. And then for me, because of my qualifications kan, so alhamdulillah senang sikit lah nak dapat kerja. So I during my divorce tu lah, I dah kerja pun. Dah dapat kerja for 1 month.
Right. Okay, alhamdulillah.
Yeah, so after that, so to the question, how did you feel about how you found love again sekarang ni?
Yeah, you terfikir tak macam you would ever find love again?
Lagipun jumpa yang seorang yang lembut macam Rizal ni kan?
Takut. Because I tak rasa I will find love that cepat. Because I berbual dengan orang-orang berbual biasa-biasa, tapi tak macam bila jumpa Rizal ni, senangnya nak berbual dengan si Dini ni. So macam kita ada, tak tahu tiba-tiba kita macam klik gitu tau. So that macam itu yang buat I rasa macam macam best lah. Macam best lah. Pasal kita berbual that night kan, kita exchange number, kita berbual sampai 1 pagi. Yeah.
Good job.
So that shows lah macam
the connection.
Dia first so-called date lah. Bukan date lah, basically first time kita jumpa. It's very funny. Kat dalam message kan, I told her, cakap kalau jumpa mungkin I won't talk as much tau. Pasal kat dalam message dia berbual banyak-banyak.
Okay.
So bila kita jumpa, sorry tau kalau I don't talk as much. You have to keep the conversation going lah.
Dia cakap gitulah.
No, I say.
Oh, you said okay.
I say.
Okay.
Tapi bila jumpa terbalik, aku yang tak boleh berbual. Tak boleh stop berbual. Dia duduk kat situ,
keropok.
Dia duduk situ dengar je.
Dengar live story dia.
So memang keropok kan, keropok tu dah nak habis.
Ni maknanya apa tau? Comfortable kan?
Tak, nervous. Dia itu pasal dia tak ada stop berbual.
Right.
Salah tu.
MasyaAllah.
It's apa? I think we all do not know whoever that is going through anything in their life until we hear them telling their story kan? So I think from whatever that we've heard the past hour, I think it's really can see the work of Allah tau sini. You know how He really puts you go through so many different things just to test kita punya keimanan, kita punya strength and all that. And then now alhamdulillah the two of you betul-betulnya can see lah the korang punya relationship macam mana. I'm happy seeing what I'm seeing now. Alhamdulillah.
I hope people who are macam going through a rough, macam dah divorce ke, separated ke apa, maybe they can be a beacon of hope for you, for you guys. InsyaAllah. In the meantime, macam Nurul cakap, occupy yourself, put yourself first. Kalau ada anak-anak, put your kids first, and then InsyaAllah kalau jodoh tu strong, macam
I think
InsyaAllah you will find somebody.
One thing that Nurul mentioned also yang I think is really important is the me time. And also like you said, reflecting on yourself, which is similar. Because what really one of the episodes we actually talked about is finding who we are. I think with our counselors kan, say that we need to really find out who we really are, and despite all the challenges that we've gone through, find who we really are, and then you really know your identity, really know what you really need in your life. And being put through hardships is just one of the ways of us finding who we really are.
Betul.
Kan, so kita
learning about yourself.
Hopefully siapa-siapa yang mendengar ni lah, kalau you are going through anything that is difficult, know that it's just a test from Allah. It's just a test from Him for us to really level up in terms of kita punya keimanan, in terms of kita punya identity.
I mean kita cakap senang lah. You all yang going through it, of course,
memang
sangat susah. Sangat susah.
Because I was at one point where when during my cancer tu kan, I was at one point where I said to myself that at least aku tahu kalau ni betul cancer, kalau ada date, at least aku tahu bila aku nak mati.
MasyaAllah.
I was at that point. I was at that point of knowing okay, kalau aku ada lagi 3 bulan, at least aku tahu bila aku nak mati. So at least I can be ready, I can bertaubat, I can do all the things before I actually meet the creator lah, senang kata. So I was at that point and Alhamdulillah, God has a better plan.
I mean, of course, and that being said, bila dah dapat a new lease of life so called, jangan kita abaikan lah kita punya ibadah.
Kan? Jangan abaikan. That's the most important thing lah. Especially when dah kerja masjid ni kan.
Alhamdulillah.
Dah sikit-sikit macam ciri-ciri ustaz tu tiba-tiba masuk pula.
InsyaAllah.
Isteri pula ustazah kan.
Itulah.
Tak boleh lari. Alhamdulillah.
Maybe before we tutup tirai kan, maybe I would like to give the floor to the two of you. Because you've gone through so many things in the past few years of your lives, and then you're met with each other the past 3 years. So for the next few minutes, maybe I leave the floor to you. You can say whatever you want to say to your wife and you to your husband. And silakan lah, I give it to you.
Macam hari raya gitu.
Siapa?
You to her, she to you lah. Turn by turn lah. Words of thanks ke, words of appreciation, anything you want to say, so that this will be recorded for you to listen to, insyaAllah. Okay, silakan.
I first okay. First and foremost, I would like to say thank you for accepting me, for going through this painful thing that will go on until my last breath lah. So thank you for accepting me. Thank you for giving me the chance to be a father, or at least feel to be a father, which is something that I never thought it could happen before we met. So Alhamdulillah, and definitely I will try my best, as always, to be the best husband, the best father. Even though I come last in the list, but Alhamdulillah I'm there, and I'll always be there, insyaAllah.
Okay, same goes for me lah. Thank you so much for accepting me and my kids, our kids. And you are one of the few people that really know what's going on in my life, what already happened in my life. Thank you for being the best husband, the best father for my children, for our children, And I know you always try your best, and you will try your best. And I hope we will grow older together and till death does us part. InsyaAllah, amin.
InsyaAllah, amin.
Kita doakan yang terbaik untuk Rizal dengan Nurul, and may your marriage be blessed by Allah hingga ke jannah.
Amin.
InsyaAllah.
Wah, I pun emosi. Amazing session with Rizal and Nurul, and we would like to thank you once again for coming on to our podcast and for sharing your story wholeheartedly lah. Alhamdulillah.
And also thank you for having us.
InsyaAllah.
Yes, thank you.
Well, of course, kalau korang nak beli rumah, boleh contact Sri Kandi Associates juga.
Looking for your first matrimonial house? Looking to upgrade? Look no further.
For your property matters, contact Sri Kandi Associates at 8788-3559 8788-3559.
Yes, Sri
Kandi, jangan tak jadi. And with that, yes, we'll be right back.
Sri Kandi, jangan tak jadi.
Right, so we are back again. This time we have with us Iramuni and Leah from Sri Kandi Associates.
sir.
For your property matters, contact Sri Kandi Associates at 8788-3559 8788-355-9.
Sri Kandi,
Jangan tak jadi.
Dapat join, yeah.
So last week kita bertemu duga
Ya, betul lah.
bertemu duga dengan the other two members of Sri Kandi Associates, Ira Patiwi as well as Liza. So hari ni kita akan tanyalah soalan yang mendalam sikit dengan the next two members jugalah. So kita nak kena be fair, kita be fair. So kita tanya juga.
Okay,
tanya juga the same questions we asked the other day lah.
Apa soalan?
I lupa.
Tengok, dia tak nak balak tu kita.
Tanya je.
Okay, so sekarang you all living in your own places, your own houses.
Yeah.
Kan, okay. Do you recall your experience going through your first house lah?
First house,
Getting
yes.
your own first house.
Matrimonial house.
Umur berapa tu? Bila tu?
The first HDB flat
dekat
that
sikit,
I bought was in 2017.
2017.
I just gave birth to my son because my spouse at that time was a foreigner. So I know that if I wanted to buy direct from HDB, I cannot use his name lah per se.
Correct.
Means if just me and him, I cannot buy anything bigger than a 3-room flat.
Correct, because of PR status.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So because at that point of time, my family was transitioning between KL back to Singapore. So I needed a place to stay also for my parents, for my mom and my sisters.
Okay.
So I needed a bigger flat. So I waited until my son was born before I made the application.
Right.
Ooh.
So
So-
kalau gitu third gen, is it? 3 gen flat tak?
No, it's just a 3-room.
Oh,
it's
3-room
a 4-room flat.
Oh, okay, because of your
4-room
son.
sales of balance flat.
Right, okay. So
Interesting. So your spouse was at that point of time was a foreigner.
Yes.
Interesting. So macam kalau kita punya spouse is a foreigner kan, how is the process like kalau nak beli rumah?
Basically, we buy under the non-citizen spouse scheme. So for the for this scheme, right, when you buy resale, there's no restrictions. You can buy as
resale.
big as you want.
Or as small as you want also.
Yeah.
Can, yeah.
But for when you buy direct from HDB, then if you don't have any kids, Singaporean kids, then you will have to buy only 3-room and below.
Oh
Okay.
gitu,
If
understand.
it's just you and your husband or you and your wife, for example.
Correct. So once you have a Singaporean child, then you already form a family nucleus. So you
Yes.
can buy under the family scheme already.
Oh gitu.
Ah.
Faham. So kalau ada sesiapa di luar sana yang ada a foreigner partner and you are thinking of getting a house.
Kita pernah dapat
Kenapa?
komen boyfriend I tak, tunang I Singaporean, I Malaysian, macam mana ni nak kahwin kat Singapore gitu. Kalau
Sekarang kita
for the
dah ada-
couple tu dah kahwin tu, contact lah kita contact
Sri
Sri Kandi.
Kandi.
Dia boleh handlekan korang.
Betul.
Dengar okay, gitu tajuk cabar orang okay.
Okay, Lisa, Lia pula
Lia
macam mana
pula?
Lia?
Okay, for me, it was like 12.5 years ago, probably, I got my first house, which was a sale of balance as well.
Okay.
Yeah, but most of my family members actually stay at the east side, but I'm actually at Serangoon North lah. Actually not too far away lah. I mean Serangoon North to Bedok, I can see lah.
Straight road
So,
down gitu,
correct, yes. That's what you say, is a straight road down.
Yeah.
So applied, then my queue number was quite good, so I managed to get it. Then after I got married, within 6 months, I mean plus minus ada renovation, about 6 months juga lah, then I shifted in.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that time I don't have any kids yet lah, basically.
So you've been staying there sampai sekarang ke?
Yes, I'm still staying there because it's convenient. Yeah,
Right.
consider centralized gitu kat Serangoon North.
Kan. Then but how was it like belum ada anak lagi. So bila first I asked to the both of you bila first dapat rumah sendiri tu, bila masuk the first step into the house tu, what was that feeling?
Baca bismillah. Assalamualaikum.
Oh, of course lah, that one.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillah.
itu
Okay, silakan.
I nak tanya orang lah yang kecung. Okay. What was the
Basically
feeling?
it's like a plain canvas. So kita pindah pun macam kursi pun belum beli. I mean, even dining table pun tak ada, sofa pun tak ada. So ala kadar. At least
okay. You and your husband
Yes,
lah.
that time belum ada kids lah. Yeah, so
Macam pelan-pelan beli
pelan-pelan
furniture
lah. I mean as we have because I'm that time I was like still employed. I mean I'm still working in a company lah. So we have to wait for our salary as well. Then once every month salary masuk, then baru kita slowly lah kita beli one by one.
Relatable.
Yeah, but the fridge is a must also lah.
Of
I mean,
course.
that's one of the first few priorities lah.
Yeah,
Betul?
pasal kalau tak ada fridge, air tak
Makan.
sejuk.
Betul.
Makan cepat basi. Kan?
Betul.
Yeah. Then for Ira also, you when you're feeling bila you baru masuk the house tu, macam mana?
Actually, part yang baru masuk tu I didn't really feel it. It's when during collect kunci dekat HDB. Is it they give you that bag
Yeah, the
with
kunci
all
bag.
the keys inside.
Yeah.
Jadi macam I'm a house owner, you know.
That was your feeling lah.
Yeah.
Wow, masyaAllah.
Yeah, the feeling memang wow. Finally,
It's like achievement unlocked.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, pasal-
Macam the first night in the house together, macam tak ada langsir, tak ada apa, katil kat bawah, just baring. Wow, rumah sendiri.
Lepas tu kita punya rumah, I think we same as you juga. Kita tak ada kunci, tak ada apa. We got the key on that day juga, kita masuk rumah ni.
Yang cuci and everything.
So we wash the house, then after that kita transported the bed first So the house was empty, cuma ada katil. So kita baring, then kita macam asal rumah ni macam berdengung gitu. it was too empty. But alhamdulillah, I think for those yang nak beli rumah pun, I think jangan risau. Get the important things first.
Betul.
Yeah, pasal yang penting is ada bumbung atas kepala lah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Kan.
But for you both, when you got married too, and then jarak yang dapat rumah tu, how did you get your house
Immediately
straight
after
away?
get married ke macam?
After you get married, or you tinggal dengan in-laws ke macam mana?
Okay, for me, I was with my parents lah for that 6 months before I
6
transit to
months.
the new place lah.
Okay, so you kahwin then 6 months dapat rumah.
Actually dah dapat before that maybe plus minus, then got some, I mean HDB have their own sets of rules lah that time. We have to wait for a while, then by the time is betul-betul macam 6 months. I remember clearly. Yeah.
6 months.
Yeah. Yourself?
For me different because I was in KL.
Yeah, okay.
yes.
So
yeah.
I got married in 2016, 2017, end of the year, then I applied for sales of bed and flat. So it took 1 year before we can collect the keys.
1 year.
1 year.
But during that period, I was still
Okay, balik-balik lah. Is it?
definitely.
Wow, penat juga
I think for us also, when we got married, kita tinggal dekat my mum house dulu for a few months, and then we back and forth your
To Jurong.
mum's punya house.
We try tukar-tukar lah pasal nak fair lah kan.
fair
nak
lah.
fair.
Nak kira nak
understand.
fair
Tapi
lah.
after a while sana je lah. Pasal bilik dia ada aircon.
Yeah, but then before I got married to him, right, I was very adamant on the fact that I tak nak dapat rumah dulu. I tak nak beli rumah dulu.
Yeah.
We can just stay at my parents' house sebab memang dah ada satu bilik untuk kita orang. And then I also had that fear macam what if our CPF not enough, what if this, what if that. So we just stayed. And then after 6 months, right, I'm like, Yang, can we get our own house? Then he was like,
Really? You know, sebelum kau kan kita ada fiancé scheme for BTO kan. But even if for resale, from what I understand is sebelum kita kahwin pun dah boleh start to buy a house.
You can even collect your keys.
Yeah, then we
It's
just
just
have
that
to.
you have a
produce
6 months
the-
grace to
Yeah.
produce your
Tu
marriage.
I bilang dia lah, beli je lah rumah ada CPF apa. Tono.
I don't know why I so scared, you know. Why are people scared?
Because it's a big commitment.
Betul.
It's not a $1-2 you beli.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Tak pakai pun tak apa.
And
But
there's a
it's-
lot of things that we don't know
It's
also.
close to $500,000 for some
Yeah.
houses.
Exactly.
For now.
$500,000. Kita actually $500,000, $500,000.
Yeah.
And asset apa? Ni semua assets kan, correct?
Yeah, and then one of the things also, we don't know if we can afford a house at that point of time. But then you will only know after you meet with a real estate agent and do your calculations.
Yeah.
And they will help you assess whether you boleh tak boleh. Because when we met the real estate agent kan, dia kira-kira, they were like, boleh dapat 4 room
5 bilik pun boleh.
5 bilik pun boleh. Yeah. So we were like, actually boleh. So after that, then I'm like, okay lah, maybe we should get our own house. Our own house. Our own house. Then after 6 months, I'm like, Yang, own house. Then he was like,
Yeah. The first thing I said, Alhamdulillah.
Of course lah, because if not you'll be staying at your wife.
Yeah, yes.
I mean, as much as I love her in-law, I love my in-laws also. Just that lain lah ada rumah sendiri kan. I think.
So what can you say to those people out there yang macam takut sangat whether they can afford a house ke tidak?
Contact us lah. Contact us and then we will teach you from A to Z. You know, what's the first step and then what you need to look out for, how to make proper how to identify the correct bracket
Yes.
of budget for your house.
Pasal ada yang because I know lah of some cases where they just want commission. So they said boleh. And then after that the person yang beli rumah tu suffer.
Yes,
Rasa.
I think for us, we will talk to you,
Yeah.
and then we will see what is right for you. It's not just about making sure you buy or sell, but the next step must be there.
Right.
Jangan beli rumah, dah beli yang paling besar, tapi nanti down the road you kena struggle.
Ya, betul.
That's not something that we want as well.
According to your affordability lah, basically. Yeah, definitely we'll sit down and we'll tell you the honest opinion lah. Yeah.
That's good.
Lagipun they themselves are mothers, right? If let's say they know the situation of how it can be, if let's say that you sengaja put a family in this kind of situation just for your commission, kan? They themselves also will know that it's not a good feeling.
Yeah, exactly.
Kan? It's not a noble thing to do, you know. You do macam gitu.
Cannot, you know.
Jangan kalau tak nak
You
go
marah
to
siapa?
marah kat yang luar-luar yang makan. Anyway. Tapi kalau tak nak kena if you want your future to be secured in terms of your housing matters, kan,
InsyaAllah.
jangan lupalah contact kita punya
Sri Kandi Associates. For your property matters, contact Sri Kandi Associates at 8783. Salah. For your property matters, contact Sri Kandi Associates at 8788-3559.
8788-3559.
Sri Kandi,
jangan tak jadi.
jadi.
Okay, with that, let's wrap it up. You come to the end of another episode of Outside
If you like what you hear, please follow us on all our socials, TikTok, Instagram, Spotify and YouTube.
Yes. So share with all of your friends if you know they are going to get a new house, they want to move out. Contact Sri Kandi Associates, okay?
Till then,
Till
see
next
ya.
time. Assalamualaikum.